Hello everyone, nice to have you back for my live broadcast today. Thanks for your support all the time. Alright, so today is 1st December 2020. It's Friday today, so the end of another week. Have you managed to make profit? Previously, 2 days ago, I think, I have mentioned 2 stocks dealing with the building materials. One is called Summit Material. The other one is called Cemix, right? I mentioned these 2 stocks. Have you captured them, right? Because last night I saw these 2 shares sold, and also I myself actually have bought in the Summit Material last night. I've got a reason why I buy it. Later I will share with you the details why I buy this material last night. Alright, so then the second part, I will teach you some really practical trading skills from the performance of this Cemix, Summit Material, and also Biontech, and Olam, and also Singapore and Euro, right? Because previously I also shared with you, I bought a bit Biotech, right? But yesterday, the price for this one, it dipped just a bit, right? So later I share with you the details. How do I, let's say, make sure of profit when we trade? Because sometimes, you know, we got several stocks and we just pick one stock to buy, and it turned out that all the other stocks went up. The one I bought, it didn't, right? Have you come across such kind of situations before? So how can we make sure of profit when we trade? Let's say not 100%, at least 90% of probability that we can, let's say, make sure we have profit for every trading. How can we do that? Later I share with you my experiences. Okay, so based on the performance of these several stocks. And the third part, I will talk about Beoing and Docusign. These 2 stocks all surged on good news. Later we diagnose and we analyze. And then for Singapore market, I got Hong Fok, maybe worth your attention. The Singapore one. Recently, the Singapore market, not very much or not so many good stocks that have good potentiality. Most of them already up previously. So you have bought, maybe you're holding, or you're considering to take profit for short-term trading. But new stocks have potentiality, not so many for Singapore market. Okay, and then the last part will be the individual stocks diagnosis. All right, so I emphasize again, if you got any stock to diagnose, you want me to diagnose for you later, you WhatsApp me. All right, WhatsApp me privately the name of your stock. All right, and before we begin, still I have notice to make. So I also mentioned this seminars for weekend, right? The coming weekend, and the Saturday morning one, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's tomorrow, right? This one is in English, conducted by me. Okay, and Sunday afternoon there will be a Mandarin session, 2 to 4 p.m. the day after tomorrow, Sunday. Okay, so we will talk about the global market outlooks at year end, and also how to pick the strong stocks ahead of time. It's not like when the price go up, then you realize it's a good stock. It's too late, right? So how can we pick strong stocks ahead of time? That's something important. And then we will talk about the simple but very powerful profit model for retailers. And if you are not a Homely member, you can WhatsApp A or B, or A and B if you prefer both, right? You WhatsApp to me. This is my WhatsApp number. 6592312307. Okay, so this is for non-members, free registration. Of course, if you're already a member, no need to register. You already can get all the access to all the homely seminars, alright? And also, finally, before we begin, this disclaimer to announce. All the stocks mentioned in the video are for the purpose of demonstration and education, not recommendation. Investors should be aware of the risks involved in stock trading and take full responsibilities for their own tradings. Alright, let's begin. Firstly, about the CMX, right? CX. So you remember I mentioned this one exactly on 1st November, or I think it's the 2nd November, because 1st November I was off, and 2nd November I spotted this because I did the live broadcast. I do the live broadcast in the noon, right? So that's just for US that's in the evening for 1st December, right? When we are the daytime for 2nd December, US that's in the evening for 1st December, right? So on that day, I mentioned this one because it's just the first recycle. And I said this one belongs to the building material sector, right? So it deals with building material, and I said the pattern is very beautiful. It's the first recycle. It has a lot of big boys take control, and after that, the following day, the price stayed just hung around the close price, and yesterday it soared up by more than 6%. So I actually also entered this one yesterday. Later I share with you the reason. One reason is already I have been monitoring this one, so it's a good one. So last night I saw it began to move, so I entered. There is another reason why I bought it, and later I share with you. Alright, and this is one stock I mentioned 2 days ago. The other one you still remember also belongs to the building material sector. Also deals with building material. That one is called the Summit material. Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is the one I bought. I kind of confused these two. I actually bought this one last night. It's not the CMX. I'm monitoring CMX, but I didn't buy CMX. I bought Summit material yesterday. Okay, last night I bought this one, not the CMX. Okay, okay. So this one I mentioned the same day as the CMX, right? So 1st December. I said first recycle. Now the price got the confirmation, because the second day it's already the confirmation, but the price didn't go up directly. It dropped a bit and then turn upward again, and the price break up the first recycle candle high price. So this is a very good buy point actually. And I didn't buy, of course I didn't buy this day or this day. I just bought last night. Why I bought this one? Okay, so one reason is the pattern is good, right? It's a beautiful pattern with big boys more than 75% no retailer, and price break up the high of the first recycle after some sideways around the high price of the first recycle, right? That's the first reason why I bought it. The second reason I bought it is because previously I have bought the Biontech, right? You remember? I told you I bought the Biontech. It didn't go up, so I had no profit. So that's why I bought this one last night. Let me share with you Biontech first. BNTX. You remember I told you I have bought this day 2nd November, right? I bought it 2nd November, and my cost price is $119.43. Remember, I told you, right? And actually, last night I was monitoring. I see the price has no upward momentum. Last night I was monitoring monitoring this one, and also the other two building material stocks, right? So then I saw this one with no upward momentum, and well, the other two building material stocks are soaring, begin to soar, begin to move, and I feel that for that ceramic material, the pattern is even more beautiful than ceramics. The reason? Because you see, ceramics we have upper shadow. Ceramics, we have an upper shadow here, right? We have an upper shadow, the first red circle candle, right? And so I thought that this upper shadow here might be some sort of resistance. And then compared with this one, ceramic material, wow, this one, the price just break up the first red circle high price, and after sideways, the price didn't go up much. And also this is the price drop, let's say, to test the support of the first red circle high candle, the high price of the first red circle candle, right? So get support here, turn upward again. So this one seems like even a better pattern than ceramics. So that's why I picked ceramic material to buy last night. Okay, so the real reason that motivated me to buy was just because I didn't make profit from Biontech. Okay, so I said this one is for short-term speculation, right? For short-term speculation, BNTX, DX. I mentioned I'm trying to do a trade it for short-term speculation, playing game experience, right? And actually, after the market closed this morning, I checked the news why the price dipped at the end of the market, the trading slot. When the market was just very close to the end of the trading slot, the price suddenly dropped sharply. Before that, it has been quite stable, just something like sideways here, right? So this morning I got news. It seems like the vaccine that can be provided by Biontech by the end of this year is limited. The number of the doses, the amount of the doses that can be provided by Biotech by the end of this year is limited. And on the other hand, we see the COVID-19 cases, new cases keep increasing, and people worry that it cannot afford enough, it cannot provide enough vaccines. That's why the price dropped a bit by the end of the trading slot last night, because the news came by the end late in the afternoon. So after the news, the price just dropped sharply, just because of the bad news, right? It's not that bad news, but still it's bad, and people, especially some short-term speculators, they just sell. That's why the price dropped bit. And actually, the price now is $118.68, right? So it's a bit below my cost level already. My cost level is $119.43, right? So it's already a bit of yes, below my cost. So means I need to think about stop loss, and I have already set my stop loss in advance, because that's what I have told you all the time. For every trading, before you buy, you need to figure out or set your stop loss in advance. Okay, so I have decided that if the price drop below the open price for this medium size bullish candle, I will sell. The open price is 113.64. Okay, so let's say if the price in the future it drop below $113, let's say 60 cents or 50 cents, let's say 50 cents, around that level, a bit lower than the open price. Open price is $113.64. I will make it $113.50. Slightly lower than the open price. That would be my stop loss. In this way, my loss would be within a very small amount. That's how we can control our risks. Okay, so then considering if really the price drop to my cut loss level, I cut loss. Then for this one, I lose a bit small amount and no profit, right? So how can I make sure that I still can make profit, right? Then I think that's why I have bought this summit material yesterday, because I feel that even if it drop, it didn't give me profit recently, but summit can give me profit, because after I bought yesterday for summit, I'm now still at a profit. So share with you my cost level for summit. My cost is actually around the open price. The open price is $19.84, right? So I have managed to enter around the exact price is $19.85. That's my under price. So last night, after it sold by 6%, actually I'm now already at a profit. So this profit can, let's say, offset my small losses from the Biontech. So this is the method I share with you to make sure of profit. The method is you can diversify your portfolio. Means, let's say when you want to buy stocks, right? So you don't just buy one. You can try to buy 2 or 3, or if you want to buy more, make it within 5. If you buy too many stocks, it will be very difficult for you to take care of all of them, right? So for me, I would say 2 or 3 stocks would be very good, because no one can make sure that every stock here entered can make profit for every trading, right? So in order to make sure that we always can have profits, we buy 2 or 3, because your success rate probability is already very high after you analyzed based on the homely software, right? You use the software to analyze, your success rate already is very high, more than 87%, right? There is only around 13% of probability that you cannot make profit. So how can we narrow down the probability to even a smaller amount? The probability that we cannot make profit to even a smaller value. The method is you can buy 2 or 3 stocks. All have great potentiality, but better the stocks you want to buy, you planning to buy, they belong to different sectors. If they belong to the same sector, so that may not be very good, because usually stocks in the same sector, within the same sector, they are influenced by each other. If one is up, the other is up. Then maybe one is down, the other would drop. So what if you are very unlucky and all the 2 stocks you have bought from the same sector all dropped? Then no profit. So means if you That's it means if you plan to buy 2 to 3 stocks, you pick those stocks from different sectors, and also the patterns are good based on the Homely software, right? The indicators, and also you can check the fundamental, the sector it belongs to, what the company business is about. You check the fundamental aspect of it, then you can buy, and most probably you can always have profits. Even sometimes, if you're lucky, all the stocks you buy maybe can give you profit. But if you're not that lucky, maybe 1 or 2 up, 1 is down. So in the end, generally speaking, you still at a profit. So this is how you can make sure of profit when you trade, right? So this is my method, my experience I share with you. And of course, the other important thing is stop loss. So I share with you my stop loss level for Biontech, right? So it hasn't yet touched. When it touch, I would stop loss. This is also very important for making sure that you can always have profit. Okay, so this is the first part. The second part, I want to talk about Beoing and Docusign. Okay, so for Beoing, you still remember in my videos previously, I mentioned about Beoing. When did I mention it? I mentioned it around the upward gap. After the upward gap, I think, if I remember clearly, this gap was caused by the news that the ban on its 737 MAX jets have been lifted by US. That's when the news came out. Because previously, after the accidents for this 737 MAX jets for several times, and this model of plane has been banned, right? But then I think it's around early this month, 9th December, should be around that timing. So US, the news came out that the US has decided to lift the ban on the 737 MAX jets. And then after that, I mentioned for this one, it has potentiality because this is previously salary platform, and we have the big boys increase significantly, retailers disappear. I mentioned if you want to try, you can try this one. And the first target is around the first white line of Homely Rainbow, right? I mentioned that for you. And then after that, we see the price actually you see, reach the white line, then it drop. And then just sideways around the white lines. And then yesterday, it accelerated for a while. And yesterday, actually, we got news again for the 737 MAX jets. So the company revealed that they have got a big sale of these 737 MAX jets. That's why yesterday we see Beoing soared significantly, 5.9%. That's a big soaring for this one because it's a very expensive stock, right? And influenced by it, actually last night Dow Jones is the strongest among the 3 indexes, mostly because of the soaring of Beoing. Okay, so this is for Beoing, right? So if previously you have watched my video and I have traded and have been keep holding, so you can just keep holding. But if you ask me, wow, can we chase after it, after the good news? Let's say if you want to do some short-term speculation, you always can try, but this is tricky. This is really tricky, and only for the real seasoned investors in the market. If you're not, better not to try, because this is already, for short term it's high, Who knows when the correction will come? Maybe it's just a short-term correction, but it is a correction and you might be stuck there for a while, right? It's not that safe for beginners. Then let's say if you are the veteran investor, you want to, let's say, do some very short-term trading, you can try. Upward momentum is strong, but you really need skills. Okay. This is Beoing, good news, right? And this is one other stock also sold because of good news called Docusign. Docusign. This one, maybe you find, wow, you see the chart, you feel happy because it didn't go up that much. It's just the sideways there, right? So the good news is, so it has issued a quarter 3 earning reports, and its earnings doubled to 22 cents a share, and its revenue rose 53% to be US dollar 382.9 million. So that's a big rise. So stimulated by this good news, right? So yesterday it also the rally is also quite a good one. It's a 6% rally, right? And actually this stock it's a e-signature software specialist. So actually its counterpart companies, CrowdStrike, Zscaler, right? These two stocks belong to the same sector, and these two stocks already sold, also because the good results for quarter 3 earnings. And if we can check the other two, the two is called CrowdStrike, right? CrowdStrike. You see, it already sold because this one issued the earnings earlier, already issued ahead several days ago, and this one already sold. You want to buy, also quite high, so for speculators if you want to try. Not that safe maybe. And then of course you see the pattern also is beautiful, right? The gap up open to break up the sideways platform. So if you want to try, this gap would be your stop loss. Okay, this one and the other one is called Zscaler. These two stocks also belong to the same sector as Docusign, online security. All right, online security. This one even is the rally here is even bigger. Okay, so this one also already very high. So you want to try, maybe a bit tricky, especially for beginners. And then the other one is the one I'm talking about, Docusign, right? So Docusign, because it hasn't yet risen much, right? So it's still within the sideways platform here. We see the big boys increase, the retailers decrease. So let's say if you want to try this, you need to check the resistance of the previous high here. And this level is the previous upward gap, the top of the previous gap. You see, significant support level, once the price drop below, then in future it would become resistance. So after this upward gap, this top of the gap is supposed to be the support, but once the price drop below, right? So the next time the price try to break up the level again, resistance once, twice, now it's about to be the third time, right? So usually in the stock market, when the price try to break up or break down the significant support or resistance levels, Usually, I try for 3 or 4 times. It might be successful. This is 3 is a very magical digit, magical number in the stock market. 3. Maybe if we are lucky, this time it would break up. But if we are not lucky, let's say it didn't break up, then you need to set your stop loss level. Still need to set your stop loss level. Okay, so this is for Docusign, right? And then for Singapore market, Singapore, not so many stocks catch my eyes, and all the previous ones I have shared with you, the nanofilm still can keep holding, right? So it's just a sideways there. And then Sembcorp industry, Union Gas, and also and Euro. Previously, I shared with you these stocks, and they are quite stable, just a sideways there. So then other new stocks, not so many. Then maybe Hong Fok. This one can have a look because it just break up the white lines of Homely Rainbow. Right? It break up the white lines of Homely Rainbow. Also the sideways platform here. Roughly, let's say here. They break up the sideways platform. We have the big boys increase a bit. Now it's still less than 25%. But if in future can increase, then the big boys also would increase. And no retailers, that's very important. We don't have retailers, that's a good sign, right? And for this one, maybe in the future it can keep going up. But you know Singapore stocks, right? So it can be a bit slow. You need patience. Alright, and yes, I forgot to talk about OLAM because previously I also talked about OLAM in my previous videos, and actually my point is you really need to follow the indicator. For short-term trading, this previous rally you already got profit, right? So you see it already turned white circle 2nd December, right? 2nd December, it turned white circle. Actually, this is the sell point. You should sell. The following day, the market open, you sell, right? You can avoid the correction. And today, did it drop today? We can check today, the performance for today. 0.32. Okay, so today it's a small doji there, but it's already white circle. For short term, it's already weak. So you follow the indicator, you should have taken profit here at the first white circle. Alright, so it's very important that you follow the trading rules, you follow the indicators to trade. Okay, so yes, this is OLAM. And also, previously I also shared with you about iFast, right? So iFast is still sideways there. So because it's still above my cost level, so I'm still holding. And for this one, although it turned white circle, right? But you see, after the first white circle, because it's very small, it didn't really drop the first white circle here, right? It didn't really drop. It just sideways there, and it's a small candle, and the following day the price didn't drop below the open price of the first white circle candle. So that's why, although for this case it turned to white circle, I'm still holding because it's a small drop. It's sideways there all the time, and on the other hand, it's still above my cost, and it's still quite strong. So that's why I'm still holding. But if it dropped to be low than my cost, I will stop loss. My cost is $3.57. $3.57. Okay, so this is for iFast and for OLAM. Important to follow the indicator to sell and to stop loss. But sometimes we have some flexibility. We should have some, let's say, on one hand, we should stick to the rules. On the other hand, for some special occasions, maybe we have some special measures to deal. So for iFast, this is a special occasion. But for OLAM, you see, definitely you should take profits. See, it's different. It's exactly totally different than from iFast. You see, it's already the rally is a big one, but for iFast it didn't go up much. It just sideways there. All right. That's the difference. Okay, so this is all I want to share with you for today's content. And let me check your stocks. What stock you want to diagnose? NWG, right? NWG. New York Security, right? New York Security. Wow. Oh, this is yes, it is a strong one because we have big boys almost close to 100%. This is extremely bullish stock. The price we can say is sideways for a while. It didn't, you see, ever since 17th November, the price didn't go up much. It's just a sideways there, right? Until now. So we have the first red circle. You just follow the indicator. If the following day you got the confirmation, then come buy. You know the confirmation, right? So we need a close price higher than the high of the first red circle candle. And only problem for this one is the volume is a bit low because it's a very cheap stock, just $4.53, and then the volume is so small. So no wonder we have. It seems like the big boys already account for 100%. That's because we only need a small amount of money to take control of this stock. It's totally different, you know, compared with the blue chips. If you got big boys here for blue chips, more than 75% or even more than 90%, this kind of blue chips, you buy, you never let go. You keep holding. Extremely bullish one, never let go. But if it's a very small stock, very cheap one with very small volume, even when you see the big boys more than 75 or even more than 90%, it may not be that reliable. We don't know how long the rally can last. Of course, for short term, it has value to invest. Let's say to trade for short term. But for medium term to long, I'm not sure yet. Need to monitor, to follow, then to decide. All right. Currently, short term you can trade for short term based on the indicator for this one. And the other one is called EA, right? So EA. EA, is it? EA is the taker, right? EA is the taker. Electronic Arts, is it related with the electric vehicles? Doesn't seem like related because it seems like quite weak, but the EV sector has been quite strong recently. Of course, also begin to drop, become weaker, the EV stocks, right? And for this one, well, the price just break up the blue lines of homely rainbow. The trend finally turned to medium term to long term uptrend again. Only problem for this one is we currently don't have big boys. That would be a problem. Yes, if in future the big boys can increase, maybe it would continue going up further. But this, for me, I think I would not pick this one to trade because we have numerous good stocks in the market. If you feel that the stock is not sure that the success rate is that high, so maybe you can pick another one you are more sure of, right? You think another one which may have a higher probability, then you pick the better one, right? We don't have to stick to the let's say the mediocre ones, right? We stick to the best stocks. All right, so I think today it's a bit late now. It's already 12:40, right? So I better call it an end for today. But let me remind you again, for the seminar this coming Saturday and Sunday, WhatsApp me your name and also A or B or A and B. This is my WhatsApp number, 659231237. Okay, so that's all for today. Looking forward to seeing you next Monday. Bye bye.